Hi! Welcome to my class. Our topic for today is about points, lines, and planes. But before we move on, I would like to ask you again what are the meaning of the colors of the UAE flag. Just to remind you guys, the red represents hardiness, bravery, strength, and courage. Remember, courage to do good things, and strength to resist bad works. The green represents hope, joy, optimism, and love. That is why we need to spread love, not hatred. And the white represents peace, honesty, cleanliness, and pureness. Now, the main objective of our lesson is to name and draw points, lines, and planes. Do you know that camels have been the center of life in the UAE for decades? They have played key roles in transportation, food, entertainment, and more. As such, they are a symbol of Emirati heritage and remain intrinsic to the country's traditional and cultural practices. Now, let us see this camel in the desert. Let us designate the location of the camel as a point. And remember, a point has no shape or size. So let us put it as letter C, big letter C. A point represents capital letter. So we can call it point C. A Dubai Metro is the Arabian Peninsula's first urban rail transit system and the world's longest fully automatic driverless train system. If we are going to consider the Dubai Metro Rail transit route in one area, you can see this. If we are going to designate point U as the Mall of the Emirates and point A as the junction of Banyas Square and Salah Al-Din, we have 2 points. A line is made up of points that has no thickness or width. There is exactly one line through any points, so we are going to consider these 2 points, point U and point A. If we are going to represent this line as letter E, we can call this line E, or line UA, or simply UA with the symbol of a line and 2 arrowhead on top, or line AU, or AU with the symbol of a line and 2 arrowhead on top. The UAE is well known for its skyscrapers, landmarks, and beautiful beaches. However, there is more than its beauty than what meets the eye. The country was once just a stunning stretch of glowing sands and endless deserts. Despite the edgy innovations here in UAE, tourists and residents still enjoy popping over to the untouched deserts and camping under the starlit sky. So, let us take a look at these 3 tents. Let us represent these tents as point U, point A, and point E. A plane is a flat surface made up of points that extends infinitely in all directions. There is exactly one plane through any 3 points not on the same line. Let us designate the plane as letter F, so we can call it plane F, or we can also name it under the different points, plane UAE, or we can rumble the different letters in each different places. A collinear points are points that lie on the same line. That is why line UA is collinear. If 2 or 3 points lie on the same line, this is collinear. So line UE is collinear. Points AE are called line AE and they are collinear because they lie on the same line. Points that do not lie on the same line is called non-collinear points. So, E, U, and A are non-collinear. Points that lie on the same plane are called coplanar points. So, point O A and P are coplanar points because they lie on the same plane. Let's try to do this example. Name a line containing the point N. The line that contains point N is called line R. There are 4 points that is on line R, point A, N, I, and P. Then we can choose 2 points which we can name as line. Like an example here, line AN, or you can interchange the letter, and so on. What about naming the plane containing point N? The plane containing point N is plane M. We can also use any 3 letters in the plane that are non-collinear, and you can name these as plane. Like an example here, we have 6 planes here that was named after the 3 points that are non-collinear. School walls like these are trifunctional because they serve as murals for educational purposes. And this one will be the enclosure also of the school to protect the students. And it shows the climbing wall, which can serve as sports for the student to preserve their physical agility. This climbing wall is one of the only sport to use the majority muscle groups. This develops strong arms, legs, core, as well as boosting cardiovascular fitness. Kids who are climbing requires a lot of problem solving, mental concentration, and focus. Then, it also develops to sharpen their brain because they need to pick the right hold and solve problems and choose new path that helps strengthen logical thinking and creative thinking. Intersection of 2 or more figures in geometry is the set of points that they have in common. So, if we are going to pick 5 climbing points or climbing stones in the figure, let us check which one is the intersection. If we are going to connect the 2 points which we name as line R and the other 2 points which we name as line L, there will be 1 point that we call letter F. This point F represents the intersection of line L and R. What about this figure? A triangular prism. There are 4 questions. How many planes are in the figure? There are 4 planes in the figure. They are plane ABC, plane EDF, plane ABD, and plane BCF. Can you see it? Now we are going to name 2 points that are collinear. Points that lie on the same line are collinear. So points AG and points EH are collinear. These 2 points AG lie in the same line and EH lie in the same line. Are points AGH and D coplanar? Explain. No, they are not coplanar because points A, G, and D belongs to a plane, one plane, the red one. But point H is in another plane, so they are not coplanar. Are points E, F, and D coplanar? Yes, points E, F, and D are in one plane. They are coplanar, the one that I designate with yellow line. They belong in one plane. Which of the following coordinates in the line are collinear with line AB? The coordinates of point A are 2, 3. And the coordinates of point B are 6, 7. So, the points within the line AB are collinear with it. Any points in it are collinear. Like for example, coordinates 4 and 5 and coordinates 5 and 6. All the points that is in the line AB are collinear with it. Which points are non-collinear with points AB? Which points are non-collinear with points AB? Points C and D are non-collinear with AB because they do not lie in the same line. Point C have coordinates of 7 and 2 and point D have coordinates of 2 and 9. They are not in one line with AB. There are two planes that intersect each other. Now, which of the following are names of plane B in the figure? Plane ARC and CRM are the names of plane B in the figure. What description is represented by letter C? Letter C is point C. The description is a point. What line represents the intersection of plane B and Y? We have two planes, the plane B and the plane Y. What is the line that intersect the two planes? Line T intersects the two planes B and Y. It can also be called as line AR. Any point that is on plane T can be considered as line that intersect plane B and Y. To wrap it up, remember, points, lines, and planes are undefined in geometry. The term point is designated by a dot. It has no dimension, and it is symbolized by a capital letter. So it is point A in this regard. Line segment has one dimension, and there's an end on the 2 points. That is why it is designated by 2 dots with a line. And you name it as line segment AB. Array has one dimension. It is designated by a dot with a line and an arrowhead. So you call it ray AB. A line has one dimension also, and it is designated with a line and 2 arrowhead. So you call it line AB. As what Sheikh Syed said, education is like a lantern which lights your way in a dark alley. So whenever you don't understand anything or confused in some of the parts of our lesson today, I want you to go back, revise it again, and watch it step by step. I know you will understand it. Math will always be easy. Till next lesson. Bye-bye.